What's going on, YouTube? It's Crash Out back with another long form video here today. We have a Celestial 3 VOD review where I went 40-3. I was playing absolutely out of my mind this game, and I want to show y'all the thought process and how I play Hulk in Celestial. So hopefully this will help y'all in your games and you can get the same results and have fun. I just want to thank you all for subscribing, and thank you guys for reaching 700 subscribers on my channel. It really means a lot to have you all support me through this journey, and I'll be looking forward to making some more future Marvel Rivals content. I plan on branching out eventually to other heroes. I haven't really found any other heroes in this game yet that I like. Like, I'm waiting for them to come out with another Vanguard. I hope if they add Deadpool in the game, that Deadpool's a Vanguard. That would be sick. But I have a feeling once they release Deadpool, everyone's gonna want to play him. And usually when new characters come out and there's just a race to insta-lock, like, I usually don't pick up characters at that time. It's just kind of frustrating when you want to play someone new and it's just always taken. I'd like to see the devs come out with more fun Vanguards to play. Shoot, Ghost Rider sounds like a really cool concept. I feel like they should really add Ghost Rider in the game. And then Juggernaut. I think Juggernaut would be a cool concept. I feel like Juggernaut, though, might have some clear weaknesses, like him being just solely grounded might be like a problem in his character design. Because characters that are just grounded, that's one of the main problems as playing a Vanguard right now, is there's a good bit of the Vanguard cast that can't properly address flyers. That's why I enjoy playing Hulk the most, because you can do things like grab people out of the air. They need to add Sentry into the game, by the way. Please add Sentry. He could be a flying Vanguard. Alright, let's get into the VOD. Getting straight into the action here. Venom diving the back line. We go back to peel for our team, and using your bubble to shield all your teammates when there's a dive is so important. Always make sure to charge jump and save bubble for peeling for your team. This will keep your team alive, as well as build ult charge. This Venom used all his cooldowns, his shield, and his escape option. So we decided to punish him and exile him so he couldn't escape. So Venom's out right now. He actually gets rezzed by Rocket. I want to apologize in advance, by the way. It looked like when I was recording with the capture device, it might have had some spikes. So if you see like some freezes or whatever, it's probably just my capture device kind of freezing up. So sorry about that. We're staying back here with our team because they have a Hulk and a Venom and Iron Fist diving. So there's really no reason for me to be diving when there's 3 diving characters punching our backline. If I'm in there by myself and they got 3 diving our team, then it's not a winning battle. So you want to change your play style with Hulk when they have more heavily dive focused team, to sit back with your teammates and protect them with your bubble. We're just sitting on cart right now, trying to push it as far as possible, and the other team's resetting. We immediately go toward the Venom because we know he's going to dive the back line. This is exactly how you want to use bubble. You jump towards your team and you get as many as possible. That'll help you build ult charge. And we're playing very patiently here. They swapped to Winter Soldier, and Winter Soldier isn't the greatest matchup for Hulk. It's not necessarily like a losing matchup, but Winter Soldier has a lot in his kit to counter Hulk, more than most heroes in this game. Wolverine can be a tough matchup if you don't know what you're doing. Thang can be a tough matchup. And Emma is honestly a really hard counter for Hulk. I am not a fan of playing against Emma. She's honestly boring and not fun to play against. You just have to step out of her space whenever she's in diamond form. We put enough pressure on the Loki to force them to ult early in the fight. So even though they have a healing ult right now, they're actually going to be in a disadvantage here in a second. Winter Soldier ults, and I decided to sit back with my team and bubble them to make sure he didn't get any resets. Doctor Strange used his ult, and our team is still getting elims. So we still have momentum here, and we decide to ult and clean up the fight. Just kind of scoping around the area and make sure there wasn't any people around so I can go for a stagger. Looks like the whole team is reset. The Winter Soldier was getting really aggressive here, and he was landing all his shots on me. He does crazy damage to Hulk. That's why you don't really want to engage with Winter Soldier unless you have your team with you, because he will outdamage Hulk. All Hulk has is his fist and the clap. Our teammates are going down, so we disengage. We tried to bubble the Sue there and get her to escape, but she doesn't have as much mobility. Our team staggers though, and I decide to regroup. There's no reason to feed the team. You just gotta pay attention and make sure that you're not jumping into fights when there's staggers. Staggering is when one of your teammates die early on in the fight before everyone is totally grouped up, and it puts you in an automatic losing situation. I feel like people get too caught up in the play loop, and they can sometimes forget that they're not supposed to be fighting right away. They're not supposed to be fighting when it's a 5v6, 4v6, and it just makes everyone have to reset, and it slows down the overall push, and it could lose you the game. Staggering constantly over and over again will lose you matches, so make sure that you're not staggering. Groot wastes his ult here, giving us the advantage in the team fight. They're down 1. I seen Wolverine in Hulk's hand, which immediately caused me to jump back to the team. They swap to Wolverine, and Strange makes a nice play here. He actually gets the Bucky, and I'm attacking him at the same time, which is able to get him through healing. We capture the second objective with relative ease. As Hulk, I like to constantly apply pressure. You can do that by jumping in their face and chipping away at their health bar, forcing them to back up to their healers. You take space, it allows your team to position more freely, and it pushes the objective. Wolverine has had it with me at this point. He tries to take me out here. I use my ultimate to keep myself alive. Check out the Pierce on this. That is insane Pierce damage. This is probably my first triple collateral with the clap. Let me know if you guys have ever done something like that. That's pretty cool. We take out Rocket Beacon and make sure there's no res, and then we just jump back to the objective. Wolverine's on cart all by himself. He's staggered now, and we get to push the cart for free for a few seconds. Just playing patiently, moving the objective. We want to make sure as many people are up as possible before we decide to jump in. We're waiting to see if there's any sort of ultimates about to go off here. Cloak and Dagger ults. That gives us the opportunity to push. Now we're aggressive. Namor capitalizes on that, makes a big play, and we just clean it up. They are forced to go back. They can't do anything about it. And that round's a wrap. Our attack was pretty successful. We didn't die a single time there. Alright, now we're on defense, and you already know the business with this. Just play very patient, play close to your teammates, and make sure your teammates get bubbles. We bubble in here, rolling it out at the cart. And we're just stepping on and off the cart every few seconds, soaking up damage, but not soaking up too much. Staying close to our team right now, making sure that they stay alive. And what is mostly important is that the cart isn't moving at all. We have this choke point here by the bridge on lockdown, and It might be inching a little bit when we're stepping off, but it does make a difference when you step on and step off. You can really stall time that way, and it can win you games. If you know when to jump out and disengage, what'll happen is most of that damage output from the other team is being directed into you, and you just soak it up and get healed immediately. That allows your team to play more freely, allows your supports to stay alive, your DPS to do their job and do damage. And this is a proper use of cooldowns. You want to save your cooldowns for whenever they ult. In this case, I saved them for Hulk Ultimate. I exiled him immediately, and then I used my bubble to prevent damage happening to 3 other teammates. Knowing when to use your bubble is something that you'll learn over time. That's how you learn how to use bubble properly, is knowing when the other team is going to use ults. Strange made a huge play there when Hulk was in our backline, and now their team is forced to push back. Like, over half their team was wiped there from Strange. Strange made such a big play there. Now the fight is reset, and we're just playing by card again. We have our ultimate, and we're looking for an opening. However, the Star-Lord takes out one of our healers, and it forces us to fall back. I was pinging to my team to fall back and regroup because we were down 1 healer. So we're down 1 healer. However, we don't want to just completely give up the space. We want to give up some space, but we don't want to just give them the whole entire point for free. Namor comes back, lands a huge ult. I'm able to get Jeff out of it. And now, since I'm low, I pop Hulk ult, and I'm able to clean up the fight here. I get Hulk and I get Bucky. Squirrel Girl barely got away there, but my teammate cleans it up. And that team fight is won. So that's how jumping back after you lose one for a second to let your team regroup can lead to you winning a team fight.
Only 60 seconds left.
We hear someone walking behind us, and we try to peel for the Namor here. Thankfully, he stays alive, and we're just fighting around the objective again. We got the timer down low. Unfortunately, we lost our Strange here. This is another good example of using bubble, by the way. I shut down Bucky's ultimate completely. He was not able to mark anybody there. We got both support ults going off right now, and we're just cleaning up anyone who's on the cart here. They have 30 seconds left, and we've done a pretty good job stalling the cart. There's not really much that they can do right now.
Hang on for just a while. Hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
Hulk ults, and I immediately exile him and jump back with my team. We counter with Invis. Unfortunately, we lost our Strange again. And we're just doing our best to stay alive, stay on the cart. Our team is getting broken up a little bit. We had that stagger from Strange, and that Jeff and the Hulk were making a play on our back line. So I've kept this cart here for quite some time, and the momentum is just too overwhelming for my team. We can't really manage to get a grip right now, unfortunately. I'm trying to protect our Ultron, but he's super low. I ult here to jump back on cart, just so we could have another chance of fighting on the cart. I unfortunately wasn't able to stay up for this team fight. However, I was able to let my team come back. And if there ever is an opportunity for you to use your ultimate to allow another team fight to happen, I would say most of the time it would be a smart choice to do it. Because if we were able to win this fight here, we could have won the game immediately. So it's always nice to have that chance, that fighting chance. We force died twice there on point because we really wanted to take that there. There was really nothing much we could do. The team was staggering way too much. So we just go for an overall reset now. Our cloak goes down, unfortunately, and our team is continuing to stagger still. And I'm not sure why. I'm running back and I'm pinging to my team right now to group up, because it's really messing up what we have right now. We're giving them so much space by staggering. We're trying to protect our healers. However, Hulk is able to get one, and it's not looking so good at this second point currently. We're down people, and we're trying to just stay on cart as long as we can. We're trying to give our team the best fighting chance possible to hold them at the second point. We successfully push them back, and we force them to reset. We noticed Star-Lord hasn't used his ultimate in quite some time yet, and his ult has been giving our team a hard time. One thing about Star-Lord ultimate is he'll usually try to position really close to the team. So sometimes you're able to catch him flying in the air before he casts it. And in this case, I already had a jump charge, so I was able to get him out of his ultimate, and our team shut him down quickly. So we have Star-Lord down, which is a huge advantage in this team fight currently. And we're sitting at a pretty good place right now. We hear Jeff use his ultimate, and we're looking for his ult so we can bubble and protect our teammates. Bucky's going in for his ult. They're all dumping their ults right now. He's able to get the reset, and our invis is extremely low. We're basically down 2 supports at this point, and I was not able to win that fight there.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
The other team is really stepping it up right now, giving our team a hard time, and I'm trying to see if one of our teammates can make a swap because things weren't really working. But there's really nothing much you can do about your team. You just kind of have to play around it sometimes and do the best you can. Our magic is all the way in their back line. I don't know what the magic is doing back there. It really does not help when you have someone die like that. Now we're in a 5v6 and we're taking things slow. We're being patient. Hulk is trying to really clean this up right now, and I decided to counter with my ult. He tries to combo me, but I exile him out of the jump, and I punish him for being so aggressive. It's super fun to me to engage in a 1v1 with another Hulk and an ultimate. You can really show your skill expression because tanks tend to be a lot beefier, and because of that, Hulk can just infinitely juggle tanks, is what it seems like, and it's just super funny to me to just assert dominance to the other Hulk. They don't really have much time right now. You know, the timer's running low, and I feel like they're just kind of throwing out ultimates at this point to see if something will work. The Namor is able to get a big play there. We're cleaning people up, and we're just kind of playing around our team right now. They are taking out my team, like, very quickly. And as you can see here, I pull up everything. It is currently overtime. All people are up right now, and I'm the only person alive. Notice how I did not just die on objective right away, and this is because I want to touch the cart last second and allow my team to come back. That allowed our Cloak and Dagger to ult on point, and now we just clean it up. Their Hulk ults again. I exile immediately, and then I jump and try to bubble my teammates to dampen the damage. He wasn't able to do much, and they're really pulling out all stops. They portaled on point. I noticed the Spider-Man jumping out, so I was able to catch him. And we're just staying on cart and protecting our backline. We're doing a little bit of everything right now. Our team was able to outlive 2 team fights, which was incredible. We peeled properly there. We applied enough pressure to the front line as well, and we stayed on the objective for the team. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be making some more content here soon. More VOD reviews coming out, and I want to do a guide for consoles and specifically, and I'll be going over like a season 2.5 guide, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, thanks.